Echo turns 10 this year, and what an adventurous, open-minded and creative 10 years it's been. Today I'm interviewing the people that started this journey, and they can give us insight into how and where it all began. I'm crossing live to Four Ways with Ant. How are you today, Ant?
Hi Brian, how you doing? Hi everyone, hope you're all well. I'm doing great, thanks.
And it was a courageous decision to make, to leave the comfort of corporate and start something from scratch. Give us a picture of what that looked like.
Yeah, I guess courageous is a good word for it. It was Grant and myself had been in the corporate environment for quite some time, and we'd had a lot of learnings from that corporate environment. So really we're looking forward to taking those learnings and starting something that was representative of who we are and who we wanted to be and the type of clients that we would want to work with. I guess saying that we started from scratch, although it was from scratch, I guess it's like studying something, and having studied that, having been through school or been through university and coming out the other end, you want to use those learnings. So although it was from scratch as an organization, our knowledge and learnings weren't from scratch. So we had a good bit of learning that could carry us along the way.
Where did you guys operate from, and who was your first employee?
We started Echo in coffee shops and putting our strategies together, and really then our first desk space was in my house. We put a room together, and in that room Grant and I set up shop, got some desks, some tables, got a printer which we had to hug to make it work. The paper drawer wasn't working properly, so we'd give a little hug while printing. Not great reception at my house at that stage, so Grant would often stand outside and tell people that he'd climbed a tree to get reception, which was not far from the truth. We operated for about 6 months with just myself and Grant as kind of employees, and the first employee we got was Mike, and Mike's still with us today.
Thanks, Ant. It's awesome hearing these incredible stories. We're crossing over to Grant. Grant, how are you today?
Thanks, Bron. I'm really good. I think whilst the impact of COVID-19 on our business has been really profound and probably forced us to look at the complexity in a positive way, I've really enjoyed the remote working and solid family time. I've also enjoyed the use of technology and internal, external engagements, probably with the exception of those occasional internal IT gremlins that crop up at home from time to time. I'm missing the team and obviously the interaction with extended family and friends. But I think through technology, I've probably connected more with people than before, albeit probably less effective.
Grant, Ant's given us your humble beginnings and the brave move from corporates. I'd love to hear more about the first client you landed.
I'd like to break my answer into two parts, obviously talking first about humble beginnings and then about the first client landed. But in terms of humble beginnings, having come from big corporates, humble beginnings are an excellent acid test to check what we believed in and thought was possible. It was an opportunity to be involved in every aspect of the business and inject our DNA and passion. When you care deeply about something, half-baked just won't do. So the biggest challenge in a startup is not what you sell, how you deliver your culture, your value proposition, your skill set, your past track record, but rather convincing the world, especially potential customers, that you'll be around tomorrow. In general, not many customers, partners, suppliers bet on a startup, so business growth is really tough. Ant and I have often commented that we had to be very naive and properly thick-skinned to embark on this journey. In terms of the first customer that we landed, there's actually two parts to it. The first customer that we landed was Lancewood. They produce dairy products, and we landed that in month 1. Almost show me the cheddar. We delivered an MPLS network on ICE's infrastructure. Actually, we spent most of the night at ICE with the ICE installs engineers getting the network up. This opportunity was passed on to us from Andrew Simpson. He was the CEO of Access, the consumer ISP, one of our customers. So it was great to have those early relationships to help. The first meaningful customer that we closed was VirtualBox, which was a Microsoft business. We closed in the third or fourth month, where we signed a 1 million rand hosting deal in the third or fourth month. So that's quite remarkable. It was a really important win, as a million outsource and a new startup was all about trust. It's about believing in us and believing in our sustainability as a business. It also ratified Gus's decision to back us and our belief in what we saw our business doing.
How did you go about building and growing your sales team?
Beyond building the business end to end, the building of sales specifically is an interesting story. Like all startups, the opportunity cost of doing one thing at the expense of another is one of the toughest parts. Initially, sales was done by the founders and then handed over to one or two starts. So talking about the team, the first hire was an industry stalwart, kind of worked. The second was my Pilates instructor, Alan Laurie, who was finishing his undergrad degree at the time. And I think after hiring him, having seen the positive attitude and willingness to learn, I decided to hire 5 additional guys in the same category, with a plan to grow them into what Echo needed, probably at a much lower entry cost. As you can understand, cost is always a problem in the early stages of a startup. Unfortunately, Alan was the only success story in that group, and the remainder moved on. With each hire after that, considering the cost pressures, the structure was to train effectively, drive a winning teamwork culture, raise the benchmark for excellence, and transform resources into solution-driven salespeople. Like the iceberg concept, where you can't see most of the mass of an iceberg, i.e. below the waterline, the work put into evolving the sales team over the last 10 years has been considerable. And the success that we're now experiencing, like the part of the iceberg you can see, so the tip of the iceberg, was carefully forged over time. Each person has contributed to the DNA of the sales team, and after much learning, we're careful about who we hire. Excellence comes from excellent people.
Lastly, Grant, can you give us an Echo moment that has stood out for you?
A moment that stood out for me, jeepers, there have been so many over the years, and they've all kind of had their mark in different ways. I think in the early stages, there were a couple, and I know it's only one moment that's supposed to have stood out for me, but there's so many. There are actually 5 that I want to chat about. And the first one is, natural startup. We in a studio at Ant's house, just the 2 of us. We're trying to cut costs wherever we can, and Ant managed to get hold of a printer from a relative or ex-colleague, and it was a really old, dilapidated printer. And every time we printed the document, we kind of had to grab the printer right the way around and hold it together for each page that we generated. So the longer the proposal, the more we had to grip the printer. So that was quite funny. Another one of the startup moments where ICE just had their offices redone, and they put all their old furniture, and trust me, that furniture wasn't in great condition, into the storeroom downstairs. And we contacted them and we bought a couple of the chairs which we needed for our office. Anyway, we got hold of these chairs, we paid for them, and as we were taking them out to Ant's station wagon to load them in, there were a whole lot of IS business unit managers. They were on the balcony just above where Ant's car was parked. And they kind of really looked at us in almost a, what are these guys doing kind of look. And I guess it just motivated us to make a success of what we were doing, despite all the challenges we were experiencing right in the beginning. Another interesting story is, and I guess you go through a lot of highs and lows over time, but probably one of the biggest lows was we lost our virtualized environment and SAN. The SAN actually crashed completely, and it took us 4 days to get up, and it was mid-December. And there was a blue chip company that was on our services amongst a couple of others that was obviously down for 4 days, and they couldn't operate, they couldn't make payments, they couldn't pay staff. It was just a really, really bad time. You can imagine, mid-December, things start quietening down. And we were very vulnerable. That was probably one of our most vulnerable moments. It was devastating at the time. And then moments of elation, definitely the signing of AfriHost. I think up until that point, we were sort of 4 or 5 years in. Up until that point, we had just broken even. We were building a great business. Like I said, below the waterline, the iceberg concept. When you're below the waterline, you're below the waterline, and you're doing a lot of good things and you're building a good business, but the results are not always there, and the results come very slowly. So to have a win like AfriHost pretty much tripled our revenue. It was an enormous game-changing moment for us. And then I think my last moment is probably how well all of you are performing during COVID-19. I'm very proud of the way everyone's rallied together and leveraged technology and had a positive mind space. And I know there are highs and lows, but it's been a really, really good moment for me just in general. And I think working with all of you has been a great experience. And looking back at the last 10 years, I've had the pleasure of the perfect business partners and working with an incredible team. It's been really awesome.
Thanks for your time, Grant. I'm now crossing to Colin Shafamba, who Anton Grant brought into the fold for his technical expertise and his very calm and rational nature. Hi, Cole. How are you today?
I'm great, Brian. Thanks for asking.
Cole, what were you up to before you joined Echo?
So before Echo, I worked in the network engineering space. In fact, if I can go back to where it all started, my first job involved working with those old 56K modems, back when 56K was all the bandwidth you needed. So at that job, I got the opportunity to work on my first router, which was a Cisco 1601, I think it was, back in the early 2000s. I got access onto it, configured it and loved it. And at that stage, I made the decision to pursue a career as a network engineer. So I focused my studies on Cisco, and never looked back from there. So that gave me an opportunity to work with great organizations like Econet Wireless and Kijima that allowed me to gain experience in the networking space and move forward as a network engineer.
Oh, you're such an asset to Echo and such a strong pillar of our organization. What cemented your decision to move to Echo?
I joined Echo in 2011. I think I was at a stage in my career where I felt I needed to try something different, and Echo gave me that opportunity to try something different in my career. At that stage, I think in 2011, I was working on two accounts, Eurosteel and Paycorp, that were Echo customers. So I got a feel of working with Echo, one or two engineers. So I kind of knew where Echo was and what they were doing in the industry. Met up with Grant and Ant, and we had a frank discussion about where they were as a business, where they were looking to go, and I felt that it was in line with where I wanted to go, where I wanted to take my career. So in a way, you could almost say the stars aligned, and the rest is history.
We love inputs and feedback from our people. A question that was posed to management is now posed to you. As we journey deeper into the technology industry, where do we hope to go in the next 10 years?
Next 10 years, I think the current buzzwords in the industry like software-defined networking, automation, IoT would have matured, and there's likely to be new buzzwords at the time like quantum computing. It's always difficult to see into the future, but the bottom line is the rate of change of technology is increasing, and us as an organization, our reason for existence has always been to simplify complexity of technology for our customer base. So in the next 10 years, ideally what we would want to do is stay ahead of the curve, make sure we understand the latest technologies that are out there, master them as a business, and then take that to our customer base in such a way that we take the complexity out of technology for them. So things like internet, as an example, will become a commodity. It will no longer be a question of do you have internet, it's what are you doing with it. And our role as an organization should be to make sure that our customer base gets to do what they need to do as a business without worrying about the technology. So we become their trusted advisor that will, help them in their journey by taking away whatever complexities are coming out of new technologies that are coming out between now and 2030.
Thanks for your time, Cole. I'm now crossing to Angus McRobert, who was instrumental in helping grow Echo to what it is today. Hi Gus, how are you and your family?
Hello Bron and fellow Echo colleagues. Great to be online with all of you. We're doing fine. I'm certainly doing fine. The kids and my wife are doing fine. Fortunately, my kids are all old enough to be self-studying themselves. I'm not having to do any homeschooling. Fortunately, I don't have the patience for that. So we're okay. But I hope you're all doing well and keeping safe and healthy and spending quality time with your family.
Gus, you're an accomplished businessman and you're a shareholder in many other companies. Talk me through your decision to invest in Echo.
Brian, the decision to invest in Echo was a relatively easy one. When I left Internet Solutions nearly 11 years ago, I had this grand plan of wanting to build the next Dimension Data and Internet Solutions, but on a lot smaller scale, but with people I liked and trusted, and of course who I'd worked with at DD and IS. So when Grant and Ant approached me in May 2010 with this idea, it was an easy decision to make. I mean, here you're backing two guys who'd been in the corporate ISP industry for many years, and who had worked and started and run a lot of the business divisions of Internet Solutions, security, application, hosting, and even the marketing side. And then Grant, who's perhaps one of the best sales execs in the country, if not on the continent. Both hugely passionate, hugely committed, hugely hardworking, and so it was a very easy decision, and something I'm very proud to say we helped start amongst the three of us. We had lots of challenges in the beginning. It wasn't easy. No customers, no money, no salaries. But I think we can look back and Grant and can be very proud of what they've done with Echo. So very easy decision, Brian.
I've heard from an anonymous source that you remind them of Vanilla Ice. Do you listen to the music of Vanilla Ice? Can you sing us a line or two from Ice Ice Baby?
Ice Ice Baby. No, Brian, I actually don't listen to their Vanilla Ice's music. I'm actually quite tone deaf, so I'm not even going to try to sing. But I do like music. As a lot of my friends will know, it's all about the 80s. You can throw a little bit of ABBA, Neil Diamond, John Denver, etc. That's my kind of music. My kids abuse me. But no, I'm not going to try and sing, and I don't listen to Vanilla Ice's music.
Jokes aside, as a successful business owner spanning many years, there are many aspects to success, but which for you is most key?
Brian, you're right. Success takes the form of many different aspects, and not just financial. One of them is, are you going to be able to make a difference as a company? And I think when we founded Echo 10 years ago, we knew we would make a difference as being the first aggregator in South Africa and on the continent. And I think we've certainly lived up to that as being a differentiator. Success is also measured by the quality of staff you employ. Are they learning? Are they growing? Are they being trained? And I think the level of competence within the organization, the team we've built up, is testament to success as a company there. But also, lastly, I mean, success, you need to be relevant, you need to be sustainable. I think COVID-19 has highlighted that aspect. Anything can happen overnight, so to be sustainable, you need to be able to be quick on your feet, you need to be able to change your strategies within hours, days, weeks. And I think we've certainly shown that we can do that at Echo. So sustainable, relevant, lots of passion as well. So success, yeah, there's many different aspects.
Thanks for your time, Gus. It's now over to the rest of the Echo family.
Happy 10 years, Echo! Woo!
Hello, everyone. Just wanting to wish a very, very happy birthday to Echo, a place that I call home, and a family that I love. Yeah, happy 10th to Echo, and to many, many, many more.
Happy 10 years, Echo, and the entire Echo family. I know I haven't been there for many of those birthdays, but I really do appreciate how at home the company has made me feel, and I look forward to sharing many more birthdays together.
Birthday, Echo. Hope the second decade is even better than the first. Cheers.
Happy 10th birthday to Echo Service Provider, phenomenal company set up by Grant and Ant a decade ago. You guys had a great vision, and you've put together an unbelievable team. I believe some of the best in the industry, and you really are setting the benchmark in terms of converged services and companies in that space going forward. It has been an absolute privilege to be part of the Echo Group, and we wish you guys all the best, and here's to another 10 years. Cheers.
To the Echo Group, I just want to just congratulate you on your 10th birthday. I think it's absolutely incredible what you guys have achieved. May this be a year that is not only defines a new way of doing business, but may this take you guys from strength to strength. May the next 10 years be as successful as the last. Congratulations to Ant, Grant, and Colin. Well done, guys. You guys have created something absolutely incredible. From EPX, we absolutely love working with you guys. So here's to another 10 years, guys. Congratulations.
Happy birthday, Echo, and always be awesome.
Happy birthday, Echo.
As we all know, as from the 1st of June, our business will be turning 10 years running. Happy 10 years, happy Echo. I thank you. Amen.
Happy birthday, Echo, and congrats on your 10 years of success. Here's to many more. Stay awesome, and let's keep loving our sandpit.
Happy birthday, Echo, you beauty.
Happy 10th year of existence to Echo SP. Thanks for opening doors of opportunities, flourishing our lives and careers. May you continue to grow and explore Africa. Thanks to the Echo family at large. Happy 10th year anniversary.
Hello everyone, happy birthday for Echo for reaching 10 years. Thank you very much for putting your effort, and I like everything about you guys. Love you, peace.
Happy birthday, Echo.
Happy birthday, Echo!
Happy 10-year birthday, Echo. Looking forward to many more.
Hi everybody, Kansani here, the best ISP in the country. To another 10 years of Echo. Happy birthday!
Hey guys, I just want to say happy birthday, Echo. 10 years. It's been a fascinating company to work for. The culture is absolutely divine, and I'm so glad to be a part of this organization. Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Echo, and hope you see many more.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Echo. Happy birthday to you. Okay. Happy birthday, Echo. And then thank you for all the opportunity that you have given us. And wish you all the best in the near future. God bless. Peace.
Hello, Echo family. Just wishing everyone a happy 10th birthday. From humble beginnings to an absolute empire. I can't wait to take the market by storm.
Happy birthday, Echo. And remember, we're not grey, we're green!
Hey, Echo. Happy birthday.
Hi, Echo. I just want to wish us, since I'm part of you, a very happy birthday. So I just want to say happy birthday, and I wish you many more years of great success. And I wish to be part of it going further. So happy birthday.
Hello everyone, to Echo, happy 10th birthday.
Happy birthday, Echo.
Hi, this is Roy from my home sandpit, and I'm sending out best wishes and a big congratulations to Echo for achieving such a great milestone. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Echo. Congratulations on your 10 years.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Happy 10th birthday, Echo SP.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Echo. Happy birthday to you. Guess the fire will never go out.
Hi, Echo family, from Wendy. Wishing you a very happy birthday. Missing you all. Can't wait to be reunited. Happy 10th birthday.
Happy birthday, Echo. Great journey ahead and getting better every second.
Go Axie. It's your birthday. Go.
It's your birthday.
Oh.
Birthday.
You can see the video if you don't say anything.
Happy birthday, Echo.
Happy birthday, Echo.
Happy birthday today.
Happy birthday, Echo. Happy birthday.